Yes, if you don't let the past die, it won't let you live.
Oh, gee, he loves his one-liners.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, if you don't let the past die,
It won't let you live.
it won't let you live.
Mm.
Mm.
That's right. That's where forgiveness is so important. You know, forgiveness is not suggesting that the things that someone did wrong to you were okay, but it's about being determined to leave that in the past. It's about saying to that person that their actions are no longer going to bind you moving forward. And I don't pretend for 1 minute that that can't be an incredibly difficult journey for people, particularly if the pain caused was significant
Yeah.
and psychological and lasting in nature. That can require time and therapy. But my point is, you've got to do the work.
Mm.
You know, um, it might not be in any way your fault that there is a traumatic thing pegging you to the past and interfering with your future and stealing your future. That's not a fault finding statement. Sometimes it's just a fact.
Yeah.
But what is then up to us is, what am I going to do about it? And my encouragement would be, no matter how horrific that thing might be that you need to tackle, you can't just suppress it. You can't. And who wants to let their future be taken away by something that occurred in the past? So if someone's really harmed you, my encouragement would be, don't. You can't let the past rob your future.
Yeah.
And that can be hard, and it can be a lot of work. And then sometimes even harder is when it's your fault in the past.
Yeah.
And so one of my favourite sermons I've ever preached, one of my favourite sermons of my own, is one called "The Hardest Person in the World to Forgive."
Yeah.
And it's about actually learning to reconcile what we have done, who we are, leave that in Christ, and be able to move forward.
Yeah.
And that's not simple.
No. And that's why you really got to master the art of breaking it down to what's the next little thing that I can do to what's my next step forward in this healing process, and embracing that it's a process that's going to take a long time, and going, all right, and because then that way you can celebrate the little win of, well, I managed to take the step of getting myself into a healthier situation so that I can start processing it better, or whatever it might be.
Celebrate that.
Yeah, and you celebrate that of going, oh, like, look how far I've come from last year. Even though, and then you can start to recognize, oh yeah, I'm not all the way there, but gee, I'm growing.
100%.
And then that fuels the growth, it compounds, and you can get to a really healthy place.
Absolutely. And the minute you stop running from something, trying to suppress or move on from thoughts, but you acknowledge them, you talk about them. That's why talk therapy can be so beneficial, is because it loses its power. You're no longer running from it. You confront it.